I am so excited to share with you what I think is the best home roasted skillet chicken recipe out there. I came up with this idea by combining elements from about 3 or 4 other recipes that I like. It's so easy to just run out and grab a rotisserie chicken, but there's something really extra special about making it at home. Not only does your home smell amazing, but you just get a whole different impact of flavor and crispness to the edge. So what I'm doing here is I'm doing Himalayan salt, smoked paprika, which I love. It gives a little extra something. And then fresh ground pepper. I never use pre-ground pepper. Always, always, always fresh ground pepper. So here I'm making a dry rub, and I'm just gonna go in and whisk it up. And this is something that I did on a Saturday. We were having neighbor friends over, and I really had the time to just sit and enjoy cooking. So this is something probably more of a weekend project for you. You're gonna put down paper towels, so you're gonna blot the chicken. You're just trying to remove the excess water so that the dry rub doesn't get soggy. It really just nicely sticks and adheres to the skin. So I'm just taking a paper towel and I'm blotting it. And then you're gonna flip it over and just do the same thing to the other side. So I bought an extra large skillet, and you might have watched another episode where I show you how to care for a skillet. It was new and I wanted to give it a good seasoning for the first use. So I purposely got, I believe it's a 15-inch, so that I could do 2 healthy sized chicken in it at the same time. So after this chicken is completely covered in this dry rub, and you want to be generous with the rub, it gives it all the flavor. You're going to pop it in the refrigerator, so you can do it overnight. I didn't have that much time. I did about 4 hours, and I really feel like the flavor was there. So I think that's fine. You don't cover it. The saran wrap would make it a little soggy and I think lift up the rub. So here I'm almost covering it up. And we had about 5 people, and I think maybe had a quarter to a third of a chicken at the most remaining, but I really enjoyed the leftovers the next day. I'll show you at the end. They were maybe even better the next day when I re-roasted it in the oven. So you're gonna pop it in the refrigerator, good to go. The next step is after you pull it out, and again, you can do this for up to 24 hours, you're gonna make a nice mixture. So here I have butter. You can do unsalted or salted. I don't think it really matters. There is plenty of salt in the recipe if you want to go unsalted. And you're just going to mix in the butter into a little saucepan and some honey. I've really fallen in love with wildflower honey for my tea, so I just was using up my clover honey for this. Can't go wrong either way. Any kind of honey would be great. You're just making a nice glaze, and this is to give a lot of flavor to the skin and a nice crispness as it cooks. So you're going to pour in your honey. And then you're going to put in some lemon juice for a nice acidic addition to this sauce. So it's just delicious. And again, I can't tell you how amazing the house smelled when I made this. So just go in and whisk it. And then I'm just going to put this on the stove and melt it the rest of the way. It just takes a few seconds. So let's pop that on the stove. Next, you're going to take lemons, one of my absolute favorite ingredients, and you're going to cut them in half. And these are to put inside of the cavity of the chicken. So not only are we doing a lot to the skin and the outside, we're popping a lot of flavor into the cavity of the chicken. So you're gonna pop in, depending on your chicken, mine were pretty good size, lemon, and then some garlic. And I'm just going to take the peel off the garlic and cut it in a couple big chunks. I want it to stay pretty good size so I can pull it out. I don't want to use my garlic press, mince it up, and then have it kind of turn into mush in there. It's something you want to put in for flavor and then pull back out. And as you can see, I am just getting as much in as I can. I want a lot of flavor in this chicken. I figure if I'm going to spend this much time working on it, I want it to taste a lot better than what I could pick up at the store. So you're just going to use what you can. Now, I did make sure there was a little bit of breathing room in there. I don't want it so full that it doesn't cook, but I did put quite a bit in. So now I'm just taking the peel off the garlic clove, and then I'm going to pop it in the other chicken. And it's as easy as that. It's not that this is difficult. It's just that it takes a little bit of time and intention. So then I'm going to take herbs that I had. You can use different kinds of herbs. This is what I had, and I'm going to cram some into the body, into the cavity for extra flavor. So you want the flavor to cook on the outside, but you also want it to get really warm and cook from the inside out to penetrate the meat. So you just really want that extra bit of flavor. All right, so again, we're going to butter even the cavity. As you can imagine, this chicken had a lot of flavor, and that's the whole point. So just go in and touch up everything you can. I wanted everything to have flavor. I make sure and go in and really treat the legs and the wings, the underneath side, kind of everything I can so that every piece, no matter which portion of the chicken our guest gets, it's going to be flavor packed. And again, the butter helps with a nice, crispy, flavorful skin. It's just delicious. So now I'm going to tie up the legs. There are different ways to do it. This one was a little bit fussy. So I went and tied each leg individually and then brought them together. But usually I can wrap two at the same time. It doesn't really matter. And I just used kitchen twine that I got online. And I'm going to go in, wrap the other chicken legs. So I just find that doing one, pulling it into the other just is easier for me. Especially with these little guys. I think turkey legs are a little bit easier being longer. And so once it's tied up, you're going to make sure and tuck the chicken wings. I have them tucked here, but really what matters is when you put it into the pan you're cooking it in, they're tucked under. And this helps prevent the wings from burning. Because they're so much smaller, they can overcook. They can cook too fast. So you want to give them a tuck under. So I'm just going to put some remaining herbs on top, just again for more flavor coming from the top side. We have it in the inside as well. And I just think it's pretty. So this is what it looks like when it's ready to go into the oven. So I'm going to transfer into my oversized cast iron skillet. And again, it's really good because all the oils and the grease that come out of the chicken is really going to help treat my pan. So here it is in the oven. And then I pull it out and give it one more glaze. So here I'm pulling it out and I'm just going to go in with that saucepan mixture of the butter and the honey and all that good stuff. And this is basically just basting it. So you could baste the juices from the bottom. I just want to keep that nice glaze going on the outside, pop it back in the oven. So when you pull it out of the oven, it will look something like this. It will have a nice golden herbed crust, nice and crispy with a juicy inside. I hope you like and subscribe to How to Live Life Beautifully and follow me often for more recipes like this. And I really do hope you try this at home. Your family will love it and your house will smell amazing. As I said, I loved the leftovers. This is what it looked like when I just heated it one more time the next day.